a new free play reading is happening tonight at the Signet Theater. The 2024 Dee Silver MD Commission is a joint project with the Signet Theater and the Iowa Playwrights Workshop.
And with us now to talk more about this is Playwright Olivia Clement. Thanks for being with us.
Hi,
we appreciate you joining us here at Fox 5. Tell us a little bit about what the difference is between a play reading and a produced play. What can people expect if they decide to come to?
Yeah, of course. So when you go see a produced play, you're seeing a full production. It has the set, sound, lighting, everything. With a reading, it usually happens before the production, and it's basically a shorter process. So we've been rehearsing for 3 days with the director Jill Jones and I and the actors, and we've been working on the play, and now we'll present it for the audience on stage, but just reading the lines and the stage directions.
So sometimes you will see like a table reading for a TV show or a movie, and they're just literally sitting around, a square, bunch of tables. Is it like that, or they're actually playing it out a little bit on stage?
It's similar, but because it's open to the public, there'll be a bit of sound. The actors have been rehearsing, so it will feel a bit more entertaining than a closed private reading.
Is it a good way for you as a playwright to make some changes to a script or whatever you're writing, because you get to see it kind of come together?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been making a lot of changes in the last 3 days working on the play. I love working with the actors. We have a lot of conversations in the room about what could change. That's really exciting.
So tell us what that's like for anybody who's created a book or a story of any sort. It's hard to make edits and changes and like something you've kind of fallen in love with your story, but then you see it on stage. You see the audience reaction. What's that like to say, wow, this didn't work, or this really worked, and then evolve the story from there?
It's part of the process, and it can be painful at times. You see things that don't work. But that's why I'm so grateful to Dee and the Signet Theater, because it's an essential part of the process to be able to see the play in front of an audience and see what does need work.
So as I guess these commissions come along, as a playwright, how do you prepare for them? And also, what are the expectations? I know that they give you parameters or certain kinds of guidelines in terms of what they want the story to be, but how do you prepare for something like that?
It's individual to each commission. With this one, I've had a lot of conversations with Dee about his expectations for the work. For him, it's really important that the play be about the human experience and be about hope and overcoming adversity. So we had a lot of conversations about that early in the process to make sure the play could align with those visions.
Tell us what this play's about, Iris.
Yeah, so Iris is about a couple who is navigating the weeks and months after a miscarriage. And it's really about how they come together to find love and hope in the face of that event.
And so with Dr. Silver, that was kind of his parameter that they were talking about. He wanted something that was current too as well, wasn't it?
Exactly. He wanted something that could speak to the current moment and really give the audience a sense of hope.
How often does something like this happen where you have a reading on stage? I don't have any recollection of hearing something like this. Neat. It's really neat to have that kind of opportunity.
It's very special to open it up to the public in this way. I think often they're closed, or you have to know someone in the process to be invited. So to open it up to the public is a rare opportunity to see a play in development before it becomes a full production.
Let me ask you, how did you come up with these characters and even this plot?
It was really important to me to be able to tell a story about pregnancy loss. I think it's something that affects so many families, and we don't talk about it too much. And I've certainly never seen a play about it. So I wanted to create a story that was about hope and love, but could also give that subject what it deserves, the time it deserves.
Do you dig from personal experiences at all in any of the plays that you write?
I do personally. That's the kind of playwright that I am. So it involves being vulnerable and drawing on my own experience sometimes. I'm also really fortunate that the actors I get in the room draw on their own experience. So the rehearsal room becomes this very generous, vulnerable place where everyone's bringing their own experience.
Tell us, before we let you go here, about the feeling of, you sit down, you write something and you create it. I don't know what your process is, but it's in your head and you imagine what it might look like. But then you finally see it on stage, or you see the actors working on it on stage. What's that feeling like for you to see that process and then see it there in front of you?
It's incredible. You create these people in your head and you're not sure whether other people are going to be able to bring them to life. and then they do, and it becomes something completely other than you. And to see other people be impacted by it is truly beautiful. It's why I do what I do.
And you also have another production that's being done in Australia. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that's my play, The Arrogance. It'll have its world premiere in July at a theatre there called KXT on Broadway. I'm very excited.
Wonderful. Olivia, thank you so much. Best of luck. And again, the reading is tonight.
Yes.
What's the time?
At 7 p.m. at the Signet Theatre in Old Town.
All right, there's the information right there. More information on fox5sandiego.com. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in. Best of luck.
Thank
Break a
you.
leg.
Thank
All
you.
that comes with that. Thank you, Olivia.